Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost fully live. We're waiting on Instagram so we could hit the live button as well too. Bam. Okay, so we are live on all the streaming platforms. Let me see. Let me turn my phone down real quick. Now, I was trying to do something with Rumble, but it says it's having trouble streaming to your destination. Is it possible? Okay. So with Rumble, again, epic fail on that one. I was hoping that would work. We're removed from Rumble. But anyways, we are streaming from Knowledge Relationships on Facebook, the Motherboard on YouTube. We are also streaming on M3 TV Network, stream on Intellectual Soapbox, and also Knowledge Relationships on what's that thing called? Oh yeah, Twitch. We're also streaming on my own personal account on Instagram. So salutes to everybody that's tuning in. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna shift to the intro. So let's go ahead and do this. Regular Knowledge Relationships intro. And salutes to you, Stan, for tuning in as always. But anyways, we're gonna get to it. All right, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yes, we are streaming on all platforms. But welcome to Knowledge and Relationships new segment featuring yours truly, M3, and Stan Joseph Lee Thompson, whatever you want to call him. But nah, Stan, I'm messing with you, Stan. But featuring M3 and Stanley, and our segment is called "Can You Spare Some Change?" Okay. Now, Stan, I won't let you do the pleasures. Like, if you feel like you want to elaborate on, the cause of it, but feel free to go ahead and say your piece to it.
All right, buddy. My name is Stanley Joseph, Big Herc 510 on IG. Can you spare some change? Is like it's for the men, and it's mental health, and we're going to talk about some things that's very deep and personal. It's only for 30 minutes to an hour, so we can be helpful to each other. And again, this educational purposes. If you need professional help, I suggest you guys go to your primary care provider or contact 211 and see if they have any help to in your area that you can go to. But this segment today, what we're going to talk about is breakups and how to recover from a breakup. Because from a lot of stuff that we've seen online, whoo, brothers, what's really happening out here, man? Like, what's going on? Like, it's not looking good.
Man.
It's scary.
It is, man. But let me get to the shout outs real quick, man. So, shout outs to the ones that join in on IG. Shout outs to cousin, Marquise. Like, salutes to you, cuz. Love you, family, man. Thank you for your support. We also got, the other homie, Miss Ruby Doll. So salutes to you, Miss Ruby. Thank you for tuning in. Much love, much love. Von Eric, where's your faith at? Salute, 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 some blessings to you.
Von
Thank you
Eric,
for
call
tuning in.
in. I want Von Eric on here. Where
Yes,
you at,
yes.
Von?
Vaughn, if you wish to come up, please let us know. We will definitely send a link. And, again, everybody, this is like, a men's podcast, like, for mental health. And the reason why we want to do this has been a long work in the making. But honestly, man, we got to help our brothers out, man. And I understand that and this is no shade to women because, again, I want to make this very clear. Okay. This is not a podcast, okay, that will allow men to start bashing women. This is a podcast that will allow men to freely speak your mind, talk about your traumas, and create a safe space. And in order for us to create a safe space, we also have to continue to create a safe space within the community. So if you guys don't appreciate those type of guidelines, because there's rules to everything before you coming up, then we're going to have to drop you. And I don't like doing that because I want to build the faith and the power for men. All right. So I'm going to send a link out, and this is going to be for men only. Von Eric, you're more welcome to come up. Let's see. And women, hey, feel free to still tune into the chat. Your comments is definitely valued. Most, definitely. Now, go ahead and I want to pin this up. All right, let's go ahead and get to it, right?
Yes.
All right, so look, the reason why we want to talk about breakups, because again, breakups is pretty hard. I think honestly, breakups is one of the key components that actually creates the mental health, the unhealthy mindset within the mind. Because for men, you're thinking like, man, what did you do wrong? What could you do better? Every man, raise your hand, men. If you ever been in a situation with, someone that you like, and things was going good, but then one day things just went south. And now you're just asking yourself, man, what did I do wrong? And how can I get back to the way things were at one point? And I think because we get caught up into that, it builds, it creates a void. I'm guilty of this too. Okay, that's why we're having this candid conversation. Sometimes we have abandonment and attachment issues, especially maybe for some, if you grew up like the only child, or you didn't really have a lot of sisters in your corner, or maybe a lot of brothers in your corner. And then you create this family because maybe your main family, not saying they don't love you, but maybe at a distance, you don't have the luxury to see them as much as you want to. So you didn't really build that foundation up. So you're willing to adopt whoever, whatever, by all means. And sometimes those people don't have those type of qualities to be worth your pretend family, the illusion that you want to create. Hopefully the guys are understanding. But like I said, I've been there. I struggled through that. I still struggle through that. And hopefully, man, this type of podcast will help change me, just like I'm hoping this will help change you guys as well too. But again, it starts off with men empowering other men so we could be an encouragement to other people around us. So men, feel free, please, feel free to come up. All right?
I know, like for me, looking at what we saw over the holidays, I can relate to the men because like, ladies don't understand like how hard it is for us to open up to somebody. And then you find the one girl and you open up and you share. Vulnerability is a big thing for men too. It's a little bit different for us. Like, once you're betrayed, it's a wrap, right? And it's what we call the villain arc. And for a lot of guys, it's like you never look at love the same again, and you become a little bit harder. And I think like that's what's needed because now you see that your heart isn't like as strong as you thought it was, and also anybody coming into your life next time is really going to have to work for it. But I think sometimes some guys, like you said before, the attachment styles, those things are important because a lot of times I think for men they don't understand like what their attachment style is, and also a lot of times when you get blindsided, for us men, I will say this: we don't have a place to go to. You know, um, like I don't need to go drinking, right? I don't want to. I don't want to do like drugs. I don't need to go to a strip club. I don't need to go to anything like that stuff. Like, can we just talk about it? Also, for men too, we get blamed for everything. Well, you should have seen this, and you should have saw that, and you should have seen. But you're a man in this creature of habit. So if you're doing the things that she asks you to do, like communicate, share, and open up, and then this stuff happens, guess what? You still get blamed for it as a guy. So then you just shut down. And what we've seen, like a lot of these clips, a lot of those guys, like I think they shut down so much that when everything got pinned down, it is just escalated to a place that nobody can put it back together. Von Eric, what's up, man? Welcome.
Hey, how y'all? Blessings, everybody. How you doing? Stan and M3.
What's up, Von Eric? And thank
On
you,
it.
Stan. Thank you for sharing, Stan. But
No
Von,
problem.
appreciate you for being one of the guests to pop up, man. And salutes to you, salutes to Wally, and salutes to Big Rig Slaps. This is a show for men only. Of course, women can tune into the chat and still feel free to comment. But we want to definitely build a unity for men first, so we can empower each other. Not for anything that's negative, not for women bashing, but to really build a solitude and a safe haven for men.
Oh, that's what's up. I feel honored to being up here, man. I appreciate y'all asking me to come up. Appreciate your heart, Stan, for and M3 for allowing me to come up and speak, on this topic. It's a great topic, and it's good to be up here to unify with brothers and stuff like that with understanding and knowledge.
Yeah, man. So tell us about your breakup, like your first one. How was that?
My first breakup years ago, probably been like over 20 years. It was a rough one. It was because it had a lot of issues dealing with family. Um, I'm admit to say I'm one of those mother's boys. So I listen to mom a lot of times, allow her to get in situations where I should not let her go across certain boundaries and lines when it came to the woman I was with at the time. One thing about her, she was respectful to my mom and things like that, even though she had a hard upbringing in different situations with her mom. But it was hard on me. I was one of those brothers that was young, dumb, full of cum. So, I was in the club, things like that. And I knew how to talk to women because I always listened to women in my family and friends and aunts and my uncles and things like that. But I used that information at times to take advantage of, certain women and things like that. So I was just like any other man, do those little lies and things like that. He knew what the women I was dealing with, what she would accept, and what I could get over with, because the information I learned from family. So it was hard because it ended up coming back on me. And even though I knew this information, it was things that I didn't know for me to get over. And I was one of those men that put the blame on someone else at times where I should have looked on myself and look what I was doing. And it took one of my aunt, because I was like, man, I don't understand why she acting that way. She was like, you know why she acting that way. You took that information that you got from us and took advantage of it. So, and it was things that the women did to me just on retaliation. So it was hard. It was hard. My first one, it was hard. It took me at least a couple years to get over it.
So what was hard about it? Like, what happened?
I couldn't stop leaving her alone. Basically, I always went back because it was things that I was like, when she told me, I was like, you know what, you're right. I shouldn't have done that. And it was things that she did that, I was like, oh snap. I knew I shouldn't stayed in there with it, because where she was, it was bringing us apart, taking us apart. We was clashing. But I kept going back, went with other women, but still went back with her, and it was hard. It was hard. It got to the point when I was with her, I used to act like I didn't care until she was gone. So it was hard mentally, emotionally. Yeah, it was hard.
Did she serve you red pasta?
You know what? That's what they said years ago. That's my favorite. Spaghetti is my favorite. One of my top favorite meal. Yup. Yeah. That's
man, don't eat it no more. No, bro.
That's what they said years ago. That's what they said. It was like exactly what you just said. That's exactly what was brought up. But yeah, it was hard. It was hard.
Hey, and Vaughn, man, thank you for being so candid, man, just sharing about like your ex and how that affected you. My question is, right, so like now, because of that situation, how does it affect like in long-term relationships, dealing with other people? You saw the little thumbs up? Anyways, but how does that affect you dealing with women, like, going forward?
Oh, women going forward, what I learned out of that was listen to women, ask questions as far as their upbringing, how they are with their parents. Make sure I look closely as to how they deal with kids, their own kids and other kids. I had to, as far as not take advantage when I knew where I could take advantage of, because what I knew and what I've learned from my aunts and uncles and things like that, and my mom. So I had to, make sure. My first priority was to listen and to understand and see where they was coming from, instead of pushing my agenda all the time. I had to make sure and listen to what agenda that person was pushing and understanding where they was in their life, and to see if it was coordinating with mine. I had to get away with that, because sometimes you just want to just hit, but there's consequences when you want to just hit. And a lot of times those consequences come in many different ways, and it can be overwhelming at some time. So
wait, before you go, like, what's all the consequences so people will know
that I went through? Shoot, one of those consequences was calling the cops, coming through my window, smashing my car window, slashing my tires. Some of those tough consequences came back on me, because my agenda was I wanted to hit. And then I was saying things just to hit. Things that I knew I couldn't, supply or do. But
that's not fair. Keep in mind, we grew up in an era of R&B.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
I remember after 7,
go back to those old
the
songs,
moon,
man.
The stars, the earth, the mountains. I give you the world.
That's true.
Right? We sung them songs. You know full well that I couldn't give you none of that stuff. Only God could. I'm not God.
But then also too, right? I'm glad you brought up the R&B part and salute to you, Smelly, respect. But do you remember the Bow Wow and Marion song? I think it was I think the album was called Face Off, but one of the songs was called Give You Everything That You Need, something like that. Like if she wanted, she got it. The keys in the house, I got it. So she can't get over me. Man,
No,
oh man, I wish I could play it on YouTube, but YouTube will flag me like so fast. But this is an example of what I'm trying to make, right? Like the point is that like, yeah, the songs that we listen to, the R&B hits or whatever, right? You know, it was tailored for us. You know, some people who took it literal, like probably, was super I can't think of that word right now, but
romantic. They were
I was
super
just
romantic.
super romantic, but it was another word I was going to say, and I just can't think from the top of my head.
We're gonna do positive strengths. We're gonna say
exactly right. It put us in a romantic mood where sometimes we was a little overly romantic. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then
Boys to Men. Oh,
yeah.
I'll make love to you.
And don't say goodbye. Say good night. You know, that type of stuff or whatever. But anyways, look,
Yes.
the point is that even some of the songs was tailored enough for us to lie. You know what I mean to them. Because the lyrics of the song was game, for our parents and stuff. I think we was born. You could think
man, don't forget that Mary J. Blige and Jodeci was like, if loving you is all that I have to do, I don't do anything else. Like everybody will sing that song, but like their relationship was just horrible. But everybody's like, they want to love like that. And it was
I knew people that was that I knew his family, the Josie family lived here in Baltimore. We used to see her sometimes when they was together here. Yeah, it was they had a tumultuous relationship. It was a lot in there. See, you have to actually go back even before they even hooked up. Not Mary J, but KC, he was out. He was like that even when he was just doing gospel. When he was Little Seti, so it was a lot of stories out there. And I knew him when he was Little Seti, and when they used to go around and sing at churches here in Baltimore, and then when they used to go to North Carolina. So I know that family, not personally, but I know of that family when they used to do this. So when he linked up with Mary J, he wasn't at a point in his life that they could have a relationship the way they could. It was tumultuous from the beginning because the way they been raised, especially him.
Yeah, the point is that like, it pretty much condition you to put up with the most toxic relationships, and then that goes back because again, with mental health, that goes back and it impacts us and the people around us. Let me get to Smitty real quick because I know he's been patiently waiting, but Smitty, salute to you, man. How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, really, spur. Let me see. Hold on. Now, baby, tell me what you want to do with me. All right, boom. There we go. So everybody else had an R&B song. I had to think of one too. I'm just saying. Thought it was karaoke night for a second. I thought this was fella's karaoke night. If I had to give it to anybody, I would say M3. M3, you got it so far. Soap, don't you dare. Don't you dare. I know niggas was fake singing, Soap. Don't do it. Don't do it, Soap.
I had to come in just when that happened. I had to come in.
I knew you did too. I knew you did. What's up though? What we got? So you talking about what, men's health?
Yeah, man. So
breakups.
Yeah. So basically, basically, I'm gonna ask you a question, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you ever got into a breakup before, or have somebody ever dumped you, and how did you pretty much overcame that breakup? Basically, what are the effective coping strategies for dealing with emotional pain or a breakup? Or maybe you didn't have no emotional pain at all. Maybe you just shrug it off.
Shit. I am a human, sir. don't get that twisted, man. Trust me, we done all swung at the air like Cuba Gooding on Boys in the Hood. We done all came in the door swinging at the air, my G.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, that's just keeping it a buck, right?
Yep.
All right, appreciate you.
I would say, all right. So look, right.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been very thankful that even before I got deep into relationships, I've always had my outlets as far as like my hobbies, what I do. You know, my friends will call me walking art, whatever. I like to do creative things. I do wood carvings, I do stone carvings, I draw, I write, you know, lyrics, poetry, spoken word. I make beats. I do these things. Usually what I do is I go ahead and I turn to my outlets. And it's not just for a breakup. That's like with anything harsh in life I'm going through. It could be a death in the family. It could be anything. You gotta have that place that, you know, that section in your mind that you're able to just go to, right? The mind, it has a whole bunch of rooms. There are many rooms, but the one room that never fills up and never is overstuffed is the room for improvement. So when these things happen, I go off into that room. That's where I go to, right? So I look at it more so as, to me, that's a much more healthier way to deal with whatever strife I'm going through. Example, like, and this isn't no shot at women. You know, I'm not throwing no shots at the ladies, right? But like, I always wondered, like, why do most of my exes always got a nigga right there as soon as they roll out? There's like really, like with most women, there's no grievance period. Literally, they hang up with you, the phone's ringing, or they're dialing. So I had to figure that out. And what I realized, more so than like a hoish aspect, although that can be the case too. But more so than that, what I recognize is that that's really a lot of women's way of coping with a breakup. They actually do not like the fact that y'all broke up. They don't like what went on, and they don't know how to deal with that shit to themselves. So a lot of times, psychologically, what'll happen is they'll go ahead and they'll move right on. They'll make sure they got a nigga ready to go as they're planning to leave your ass. They planned that shit months ago. You just didn't see it. So what I'm saying to say is, when dealing with a breakup, it's all about how you retain outlets. Some people use outlets as far as either drinking or smoking. Some people use outlets as far as a creative aspect. Some people use the outlets to go ahead and shit on the world and say, damn everybody. Some people, their outlet is bitching and complaining. And then you have some folks, their outlet is to just move right on without a second thought about it, without a time to think to yourself, what took place here so I don't make the mistake there. But I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Smitty, for candidly speaking on that. And actually, that gives a better perspective, because we could look and we could shame and be like, oh, they're just being hoes. Hoes is hoes. But then it's like, it is like a coping mechanism, because you're preparing for the end of a relationship or a bond that you once have with that person. So what you do, you find another replacement. How do we feel? We feel played. So either way, both sides still lose by the end of the day. Which brings up to another question. But first, I gotta get to Mr. Best. What up, Mr. Best?
What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Man, I don't really be talking about this shit in public, yo. I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all know how I feel about shit like this. I don't really talk about this in public. These are conversations I have amongst my male people in private. Um, maybe I've been told I'm a caveman when it comes to certain things. So maybe this is part of that, right? But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't talk about feelings or breakups in public. I just don't. If they happen, they've happened, and fuck it, I just dealt with it, and it was what it was. Did it hurt? Maybe it did. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just charge it to the game. I keep it moving. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Do I think that's the most healthiest way to deal with things? Probably not. It probably is not. It probably isn't. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. The way I probably handle things and probably intimate relationships is probably not the way. I will not recommend it. You know what I'm saying? This is not recommended. But this is something that
Hold
I
on,
do.
you messy? So you messy?
No, what I'm saying is that when I get hurt, I don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
you
maybe
shut
that's a
down.
bad thing.
Yeah, that's
I
common.
don't talk about it. I
Yeah.
don't talk about it. I kind of find ways to deal with it. I'll make money, or I'll go do something else, or I'll go get some food, or I'll go work out. Or if I do talk about it, it's with somebody real close. Like my brother would know everything, something like that. But somebody regular, like nah, niggas regular ain't don't know shit.
You
Like
know what I think that is too, though.
What is it?
I think because I think well most men I would say that have any form of dignity and character more than not want to talk to nobody about it. One, we feel like don't nobody really give a shit. Two, it's like embarrassing. Like think about it. Most of the times, generally, when breakups happen or y'all broke up, I've had homeboys. Damn nigga, what you do? She calls some numbers in your phone. But hold on. Slow down, nigga. You ain't even hear the story. So how you know it was me? How you know I'm not the one that was fed up with some shit? They like stop it. So even down to the outlook and the perspective generally, it's usually nigga, what did you do? Not what happened in its totality. You see, so I believe that a lot of men would, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, me myself, like, bro, if I'm going look, I'm gonna tell you three things I just don't talk about if I'm going through it. A breakup, uh I don't really deal with it, but I have before, like some kind of eviction, or I'm about to be like on my head, and money problems. I'm not blurting that shit out to the world because it's
facts.
embarrassing. It's shameful, bruh. I'm not gonna let you know I gotta try to figure out where I'm about to sleep. I'm not about to let you know that, you know what I'm saying, shit ain't right with my pockets and my bank account ain't what it really is. Or what it usually is, should I say. I'm not about to let you know that me and such after 5-10 years, we ain't together no more. Because to me, that feels like I failed. I'm letting you know I failed. And most men, we got a hard time with that. That's where the man pride kicks in. But I digress. My mic is muted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I said, it's not recommended. It's not recommended. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it at all.
that's absolutely
It's,
true. That's most of it. That's how we was raised. You get a breakup, nigga, chump it up, move on. Don't be sitting up there
Yeah.
your
or even
song.
my own mother told me that. My own mother told me stop crying.
It's
Stop.
plenty of fish in the sea. All of that shit.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. My own
What
mother
you
told me
spend your
stop
face
crying.
sitting there long for? Chump it up, nigga. Get up, go out there. Didn't you find out?
Hey,
You can find it.
hey, my own mother, Vaughn. My own mother told me that. She said, "Why you crying for?" She said, "This ain't nothing. Get
Right.
up, let's go." You know what I mean? So if my own mother telling me that, how you think I'm gonna handle shit? You think I'm gonna handle it healthily or unhealthily? Unhealthy, I'm gonna handle it that way.
But I
If
don't
my
know
own
if
mother
I
won't
would
give me
consider like
if,
unhealthy though, because if
if my
everybody's
own mother
telling you,
won't give me grace and mercy about shit like that and won't let me express how I feel, then how you think I'm gonna handle shit? I'm gonna handle shit like an animal,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like
straight
one time
up.
at one point for me, how I handle breakup with women was, in order me to get over a woman, I have to get on top of another one, and then sometimes that meant like threesomes, foursomes, and living around Lake Merritt. I don't know. Well, Lake Merritt is a part of the Lake of Oakland. There's a neighborhood called Lake Merritt where it's like college 2.0 for adults. Everybody's having sex at Lake Merritt.
Yeah,
You break up, you just take a walk around the lake, you see another woman. We ain't going on dates. We going up to her place or my place, and that's how everybody be handle a breakup. Just take a walk around the lake and see who you can get.
Yeah, I used to.
Yeah, mine was
I used to-
Oakland Hills and North Oakland.
Yeah, I used to do things. I never like express it around other people. I used to go and clam up with myself, but then I might have conversation with a couple of aunts or a couple of uncles, or I turned on the stories. I watched me Young and the Rest of this, Bold and Beautiful, and learn off of some of those things. Like, yo, hold up.
What are you learning from All My Children?
Hey,
I mean, y'all
they had a lot of things in there.
doing too much right now.
They had a lot of things in there. They had a lot of breakup situations in there that you could take and see what women do and be like, oh.
I didn't learn shit. The show was called General Hospital. Not there one nurse or doctor in sight. No, I don't want to hear that shit.
I didn't watch it with Hospital, but if you watch Bold and Beautiful and As the World Turns with Victor, what Victor?
Oh yeah, Victor was stoic. Victor was stoic. He was like,
look how Victor. Yes, look how Victor moved.
Look at me.
Yes.
Ain't no if you watched it, you ain't had no choice, nigga. When you was home from school, your mom or your aunt, grandma, you nigga shit. It wasn't number one TV in the house. You had no choice.
When you go to tomorrow,
you had to learn the characters, nigga.
Yeah, you got a point right there.
Victor was like every mom's like favorite person, but
yes.
All right,
and you'll be a Victor. You'll be a Victor in elementary school. You had all the little girls after you. Just
right.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It was some learning moments in there that you could take, and add it to your repertoire. You know what I'm saying? It was certain things that you did to get, because Victor wasn't weak. That nigga handled his business. That nigga moved on from one woman to another. That's what he did. So certain things that I picked up. You know.
Yeah, Victor was still like Victoria, you the one that dumped me. Yes,
right.
With your sister.
Right.
She couldn't say nothing.
Right.
All right, guys. All right, so look, let me tell my story real quick, okay? And because this ties in with my other question, like how can one differentiate between normal grieving, okay, and depression during a post breakup? Now, my situation was a little different. Okay, because for me, I didn't get to the relationship process in middle school. I got the straight ultimate rejection at the time, how I felt it. So, I'm gonna just be a low candid. People could judge however y'all want to judge it, right? It's a thing in the past, but you learn from your mistakes. That's a young kid. All right, so it was this girl that I liked. But of course, you're dumb kids or whatever. We don't know how to show affection. We're just playful, goofy, and we like to tease a little bit. So, I'm like, thinking I'm like, okay, either way, maybe I might have a shot, maybe I don't have a shot. But I wasn't willing to put myself out there. So one of my old female friends, because she had her number, we was chopping up before she called her, and she was like, man, you like this girl so much. I'm gonna hit her up right now. I'm gonna put you on three. But I was like, no, don't do that. Now I should have, if I was smart enough, I should have just hung up. But I stayed on the line. She called the girl that I like, told her, like, hey man, I have Mario on the phone. Yo, empty whatever. I have empty on the phone, and he like you and this is that. Man, just tell him how you feel, right? Man, this woman cursed me out so bad, humiliated me, shamed me too. She was like, look, I don't know how you got my number. I don't even know why you're on a three-way. I don't like you. I never want to date you, and I never want to see your face ever again. And I was crushed.
Did you cry?
At that point, wait a second.
Did you cry?
I'm gonna get to that, of course.
Okay.
I was at a point where I couldn't even express myself, but to have a temper tantrum, throwing stuff on the floor in my mama's house. God rest her soul, of course. Breaking shit. You know what my mom did? She called a white man on me. Yeah, the police. So police came, knocked on the door, and I was like, oh damn, she really did call cops on me like that. You know, because at the time Dad was at work or whatever, right? So he wasn't around to like, straighten me up or whatever. And I felt embarrassed. I felt so embarrassed. I was like, man, I will never put myself out there like that ever again. And it's kind of weird telling this story, especially like on the live stream. I'm like, hey, fuck it, right? It is what it is. The thing is that like, if you don't share about the things that you mess up on, how can you reach out to the next person? Now, here's the thing, and I'm gonna this may trigger a couple of people, right? Because this is a little bit of church related stuff that ties into the relationships, but that triggers my psyche a little bit. So you got people when you're not really following like church politic rules, and I'm for sure I'm not gonna say no names, but the ones that rock with me, y'all know, right? And I remember I had people hoping, praying for my downfall in my relationships with my wife now, but at the time we was like, boyfriend, girlfriend. Because I didn't follow like the simple rules that they wanted me to wait so they could sabotage the relationships. I was pretty much a quote unquote rebel. So people wanted me to fail in the relationships just so they could say I told you so. It's a weird, uncomfortable conversation to have, especially for people who's in faith, people who don't really understand the psyche of what people go through. But this goes back to what Smitty was saying. A lot of times men, and Mr. Best, men don't really open up because, sometimes it's shameful, it's embarrassing. But more so, people don't care. And if like the women that you're around with don't care and other men don't care, then who do you talk to? Hell, I feel like most of the times either I talk to God or I talk to myself to deal with the pain that I was going through, to deal with the social anxiety that I once had, dealing with other women. And like I said, I'm not putting the sisters down or whatever, but that's just what it was. So
yeah, and also I will say,
right.
I think like for us guys, like there's certain guys that you thought that was a friend, and they'll use the information against you, and that also stops you from opening up, because like you find out like your own personal information could be held against you, and it just violates you. The violation just doesn't go away. I don't know. People always say like forgive. Yeah, I forgive you. I don't want you back here. Like go back into the ether and disappear.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like I don't want you back in my circle.
Yeah. And I'm glad you shared that story, man. That's I appreciate you sharing that with us too. But yeah, it's just some people just haters out there. Some people believe that you shouldn't have it. That what you do have belongs to them. They want it. And they feel as though if you got it and they have nothing, they feel ashamed. Matter of fact, they go through a lot of mental issues within themselves. Matter of fact, they may experience the same thing you experience, but they don't, by you not knowing, and they don't want you to know, they feel as though they act like they haven't experienced that. But, it's just, that's how the world is. It's just some haters out there. They see when you have something good, a good woman, they be like, man, what did that nigga do? Matter of fact, how did he get that? Nigga, what the hell is going on? How in the world is this nigga getting that like that? That's how some niggas is. That's how some
That
people.
part, what you just said, you were absolutely right on that one. Because the way at the time, look, man, I didn't have certain luxuries or comforts. I didn't even have like, my own place or whatever. You know what I mean? I had nothing. I was pretty much like a broke ass college student that was trying to make it in life, and even though school wasn't even my forte, but they looked at me like I was a bum, nobody. So I had to hustle and get my way through it, not for them, but for my own personal self. And then they had to see the aftermath later. So I feel you.
Yeah, that's how some niggas is. But then I've seen niggas, you be like, yo, how did he pull that? Because his mouth. I've seen niggas that pull some baddies. Like, ain't no way in the world. But hey, his mouth was tight. His game was tight. The way that nigga move was tight. I even have like, you know what? Yo, what did you do? I wasn't ashamed. What did you do? Show me nice. Hey, I wanted to learn. If I see something I want to learn. You know what I'm saying? I want to play.
That's man time right there. Instead of hating on that man or trying to shit on him, you know, inquire, bro, what's your secret? Like, that's how it should be, bro.
Yeah.
But you know, some niggas, they just hate. They just want to hate. They want to get what you get. And soon as they will stay and be like, yo, your girl, yeah, that's good. I'm happy for you. But at the same time, they can't wait until y'all two break up because they want to move in. That's how a lot of niggas is. And you can tell because they stick close to you. You be like, yo, why this nigga attitude changed? First, this nigga was acting a certain way. Now his attitude, oh, you trying to stick close to me because you want something of mine. I got you. That's how some niggas play games, you know. But hey,
yeah,
that's what it is.
Waldo, salute, man. Thank you for hopping on.
Yes, peace and blessings, man, to everybody up here, man. First and foremost, thank you for having me on, man. I only caught a tidbit of it because, like I said, I was out and about rolling, and I like to focus on my driving, in a sense, when I'm out and about being a responsible citizen. But
okay.
I think y'all talking about like the aspect, you know, right? I like when brothers spit truth. You know what I'm saying? And I think I come from a different cut, you know what I'm saying? Because I seen being a good guy, how I would normally take on the women that's been damaged by the guys who've been running game. And that's the stuff that I have to endure. The hurt, the shame, the humility, things of that nature. And it's like when I try to communicate you, I'm here for you. You know, it's like they get misconstrued, right? They get taken back. Like, well, this other dude was suave. This other dude said he'll do this and he'll do that. Baby, I'm not one of them dudes. Like, I want to feed your soul. I want to feed your mind. I want to feed your heart. But see, that stuff isn't quite taken like that because they met the guys. So it's like at some points, because I know the game and stuff like that too. I tried to do that one time, but my conscience was weighing heavy on me. You're like, man, don't you know you got a mom? I don't know why I've been soft like that. I'm like, damn, why I'm so soft? I'm like, man, let me run some game too. Damn, I want to get out here and play. I want to get out here. But the thing is, my integrity really just kept me intact, man, where I couldn't cross certain lines that much. Now, but it wasn't as frequent as some of the other fellas who do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Out here. So, you know, that's my take on it, you know. So I just be like, you know, at what point, right, do we spit truth and stuff like that to our brothers to help elevate? Because there'd be a whole lot of broken households because of it, right? People don't ain't game, you know, the pussy sweet. They couldn't retreat fast enough. Next thing they having a baby by somebody that they really don't respect, but she just had a good body, and her vagina was wet.
Yeah.
And so now we got that man don't really want to be fooling with that woman because that woman is a headache. So now they're putting division between that man and his child. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I hear you, man. Even though it's crazy though, because it's like it's kind of like the world's weird way of trying like to balance life or whatever. You find someone that's fine, beautiful, got that wet or that good, but that mouthpiece, man, is yeah. You know what I mean? I get you on that part. And then as far as like having integrity, you know, I mean, that's hard, especially for a man who's already, probably practiced the smoothness, like when talk to other people, or you just like kind of like in your natural state or whatever. You know, you could get them, but then you thinking about, oh man, like if I had a daughter, or you know, like or how maybe my mom was treated when dudes did that to her, it messes up the psyche of it. So
Hold
I
on, hold
get
on,
you.
hold on. I gotta talk about that.
Okay,
We
go ahead.
always talk about like, well, if that was my mom, if that's my daughter, that's my
Mhm.
sister. Cut that stuff out because they're not thinking if this is my father, this is my brother, this is my son. No, no. I
Hey,
want the
that is
good
true.
guy.
I ain't gonna lie. That
You
is
know what I'm
true.
saying?
Go ahead.
Because they ain't thinking that. So why I'm going to think that? You know what you want. You want to jump on this 9 inches. I'm going to give it to you. You enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. The baby is here because the universe wants to hear God got a purpose. A lot of us got here because either somebody had $40 or somebody was like, I'm going to take this man from his wife. A lot of us ain't get here through no freaking marriage. A lot of us got here. They got like 5,000 ancestors for one person. Not all of them got married. So look, a lot of times you the villain, and sometimes you the victor, and sometimes you the victim. But guess what? Like the color purple says, but I'm here.
Well, goddamn, Stan.
Oh,
I mean, I had to give that to you though. I mean, look,
snap.
Alicia Keys.
Right.
How
And
you quote the color purple on a men's only show?
Right.
Shame on you, sir.
We got women in the chat before they go off on us and try to like, they don't like us. No. I went ahead and I did quote it. And we are here.
you're a savage, man.
There's no such thing as ugly people. They just looking because guess what? They are here. How they
Right.
got here? Somebody has $40.
Right.
Somebody needs someplace to go. And guess what? They got here.
Yeah, Quantum. Can you pull that question up Quantum had about the guy that? But once you see that the same man that can't keep the woman, he gets. Do you still go and learn
Media.
the game from him?
Where is it? Is it this one?
Yeah.
But once you see the same man that can't keep the woman he gets, you still go learn the same game from him. So basically, do you still learn game from a guy who can't retain the women? But
Well,
maybe the guy had the gift to attract women, right?
right. You could keep that game, the game that he got to keep to get the women. But
Mhm.
as far as him keeping the women, you may not want to back off as far as that, because you
Yeah.
probably want to keep the woman. It
Yeah, you
depends.
may not want to extend on that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. But it depends on the person, though. Some men
Okay.
depends on the person.
Let me
But
just
you,
put it like this.
keeping the women, that's straight up an R&B song because you're going to be singing like, Jaheim, you can have anything you want.
Right.
Do you really want to give her anything that she
Right.
wants?
Right.
Just be honest here. Do you really want to keep on giving? Do you really want to put that woman first after you seen what Jaheim gone through?
As long as you keep singing a song, you better put that woman first.
Right.
And look at him.
Right.
Look at him now.
Right.
He got to put himself first. That was horrible.
Right.
Man, I know with that face, man, you look like you about to say something. Go ahead and get out, Smitty.
But you know what's wild? Oh, real quick, and then get in there. Y'all, it's funny. Speaking of that, one of the number one R&B singers of our lifetime, and I believe we can say any lifetime preceding that, right? Babyface. What woman did not love them some Babyface? And look at what that man's wife did to him. Go ahead and rock out.
Yeah,
Remember that
You
song?
talk about his first wife, right? You talk about his first wife, right, Smitty? Yeah, that's true about
No,
that.
but no, that song he put out, I'll pay your rent.
I'm telling you what happened.
That's
I'm
true.
religious.
She did. I think she not only did she
did him super dirty.
She got half his stuff and everything. Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think she did him dirty, right? Because if anything, she made him more wealthy.
Choose your words wisely, Stan. Go ahead, Rock.
No, she did. She made him more wealthy.
How
Remember,
how did she
did make him more wealthy. He did make more money with her. She did leave.
How did she make him more?
But if she take most of the shit when she leave, nigga, we make the money together because I'm thinking you staying.
LaFace, remember LaFace had a studio, not music studio, but they did films.
Right, that's what they started. That's because the first movie they did was Waiting to Exhale.
No, there was two more before that one.
It was two more. Okay, let's go with what you say. But she goes, and if it wasn't for his backing and his, as far as how he was and everybody backing him,
everything.
Right, his image. She would not have got as far as she did. And if you notice, when she left him, how far she went?
She went on to the next one, and she went to I forgot what's that guy's name.
And they not together. Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders, but she also again
went to somebody else. To somebody else. But how far did she get when it comes to professionally?
Now look, here's something, right? Keep in mind, she is something that my stepdad always taught me, right?
Mm-hmm.
A woman with a business card is dangerous, and a woman with an MBA major is worse.
Oh my God.
And she has an MBA major.
But see, the thing is, though, this is why I kind of, moments like that, you know how they say your ex just made you better for the next person? Mm-hmm. Babyface was the best I think that woman that never came across or possibly will. And she been bombing ever since.
Smitty,
right.
So did he really make her better for the next man? Or did he perfect everything for what they had? And when she stepped outside of that, that's when things went haywire for her. But I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out, Stan.
All right, guys.
You said come from the islands. Your ex leads you to your next because you're going to get blessed.
Right.
Guys, real quick. It is 7. Well, it's about to be 7:30 in a few seconds. Mr. Best is going to have his live stream with who's he having a live stream with? He's having a live stream with somebody, right? So I think it's Evolution.
This nigga sitting up here looking like the motherfucking Black Weekend at Bernie's. Talking about some, you got to show us. I don't know, somebody. This nigga's This nigga's Friday at M3s, nigga. Monday at M3s.
Somebody in the house. Blessings upon blessings, you know.
But much appreciated. I'm glad. Okay, so look. So the evaluation of love, episode 2, right? With Mr. Best and Miss Polly, I believe.
Miss Polly, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that's happening at 7:40. So she said, "Hey, Evolution."
You need to be on that show,
hey, you know what?
I think
I have to get that
tomorrow.
No, let go that goodness, my brother. I believe it's time for you to come in the dark side. Be a Sith Lord. Come. Go on the dark side. Let it go.
Bro. The dark side, man. It just don't be panning out, man. Cause we want to have conversation. I still want to romance and all this type of stuff. Some of the bros like, man, bend them and suspend them, man. What type of stuff? What? You made kind of like dinners. I'm like, yeah, man, that's what get the women. No, you send the mixed signals, bro. You're not supposed to do that for a hookup. See, that's what I'm saying. In between the breakup, they say, you know what I'm saying, guys, you know, sex it away, get up under somebody, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll be like, yo.
No. To get over a woman is to get on top of her.
Yeah. I mean, get on top of it. Yeah, that's, wherever the saying goes.
Yo, Stan is completely dark.
So,
Stan is completely dark.
Vaughn, Eric, and Smitty. Y'all from the DMV.
My hands
I learned a lot from the DMV. Look, Rondo, let me tell you something. I learned a lot from the DMV. I learned how to do vampire stuff from the DMV.
Vampire stuff. Okay.
You better know how to move through PGDC, my G.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, DMV.
That's true. That's true.
And when you go over to B-More, nigga, they can be worse than us depending on where you go. You go over like Park Heights and shit, nigga. Shit, once you get out the car.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I used to live in Park Heights too. That's true.
Mind you, Rado, not teaching about being no gangster stuff. The vampire stuff is a stargazing, how to get the girl alone, how to like pull her off away from her friends. There's a lot of vampire stuff I learned from DMV. I learned a lot from DMV. I learned a lot from New York. I learned a lot from California. But DMV taught me the vampire stuff.
Oh wow. Okay.
Those are number 2.
Stan's OnlyFans name is Blackula. Haitian Blackula.
No, Blackula muscle.
Hey, don't call him Big Hurt for nothing.
That nigga be on the screen and shit, motherfucking with some plastic fangs. And some homemade liquor and shit from back home and shit. Shit just black. You don't even know what it's called. He poured that shit in water bottles.
They got some class on. He getting stuff from the Philippines.
Yeah, Rado, we gonna get you in the black side on the dark side.
Oh wow.
Yeah, hey, cause look, I be doing shit like this and messing stuff up.
What that mean?
Woman be like, yo, that means about time about to be up right there. Yeah. But I just want to say this for the spies real quick on me and cut me out. Like, I'll be talking to like a new chick, then next time I'm like, man, I just don't understand what I did wrong. Like, she'll become my counselor and stuff, and I was like, yo, so what about you and I? She's like, well, shit, it sounds like you still caught up on your ex. I'm like, damn, man, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, don't
so that's why I gotta start doing, man. I gotta learn how to rebound quick. Yeah,
Rado, one thing you're gonna learn, right? Don't use your tongue to talk. Use your tongue to lick.
Oh my god. Yo, what the hell?
I wanted to stop him mid-sentence, be like, don't do it, Stan.
What the?
But it wasn't enough words. I couldn't get in. That was a single rope double dutch, nigga. That was a single rope double dutch. I couldn't.
No, what the?
You should just wave your hands around, Smitty. That would have been enough, man. Look, Stan, remember, this is for mental health, right? I don't know what the fuck you talking about right now.
Man,
this shit don't work with Stan. Stan think that mean head. He think that means shoulders up, nigga. Head. Oh, I'm getting some head. That mean head. He don't know that mean cut. Stan, his thinking is, he us, but kinda. You know what I'm saying? That's my man though.
No.
Oh my god, y'all.
All right.
Got the Energizer battery pack, man.
But see, look, this is why I love, like, man, topics like this, right? Because stuff like that, this still helps, man, with the mental health thing, right? We have our stories, we have our laughs, man. That's what it's all about, man. Just enjoying each other's company, man, and lifting each other up, and laughing at Stan's jokes as well too, man. Stan, you funny, bro.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we gonna look. I'm waiting to hear the Chronicles of Smitty and the Chronicles of Von Erich, because I know. I
already
know
got
they got
Smitty's
some
corner,
stuff to tell us. I know. Now look, I got 4 panels of windows broken. I got tires slashed with a machete. I got run over on the road. I got chased down. So. No, that's what a girl did it. A girl slashed my tires with a machete. So I had dead chickens.
I'm just letting you know we keep them handguns.
Right.
She doing some voodoo on you, man.
Voodoo dolls. I had all of it.
What?
Yo, everybody pray for Stan, man. Pray for Stan.
Now I'm waiting
bro.
for Smitty to sit down and tell us the truth, and Von Erich. Maybe they'll tell us next week. Because I know they got some stuff. And I was like you, Rado. I was innocent.
Nah, that's one of them things you gotta be from here, Pimpin'.
Right, yeah, you got it.
Now, hold on. Quantum said, like, Von Erich is a Libra. He got some stories. Like, what does that mean by being a Libra? I'm a Libra, too.
Hold on. We're gonna have to be continue on this part, right? Because Von do have some good He has some of the best midget stories. All right, but you got to save that. Yeah, and I'm not joking either, though.
Have you ever met the world's tallest one?
The tallest midget?
Yeah, the world's tallest midget.
Hey,
Got
look,
the baby legs.
we're gonna say that for another live stream. I gotta hurry up, man, and wrap it up so we could go ahead and support the Intellectual Soapbox. Everybody, tune into the Intellectual Soapbox. He's about to stream with Miss Polly. Everybody, thank you guys for tuning in. Hey, salutes to the fam, man. Look, man, y'all rocking it out tonight, man. So good laughs, man. Good laughs indeed. So, Waldo,
Right,
thank you
man.
for tuning in, man, and I appreciate you. Stan, man, this is a phenomenal topic.
Oh yeah,
bro.
thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Sith Lord Raldo is gonna happen.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm praying for, man. Everything gonna be well, man. Coming in alignment and agreement, man. You know.
Everything be all right.
Now we need to pimp you out, sir. We're pimping you out.
Hey, man, let the man be with the man with God, man. He's a man of God. We ain't pimping nobody out.
He
So was
got
Paul.
No,
Hey, Waldo.
I was stay true to me.
So was Paul.
But Paul wasn't a pimp, man. Paul was not a pimp.
No, but Paul was a gangster.
Yeah, I
Oh,
get
so
it.
this took to a whole different turn, right? I know.
He was gangster. Now you right about that. He was
Y'all
gangster.
cool.
Gangster Paul,
Yeah,
man. I'm telling you. When they
Yeah,
had turned
Raldo.
what was it? Saul to Paul? Yeah.
Yeah, Raldo. Like, look, for you to be a Christian does not mean you got to be a wimp. Stop that BS.
Oh yeah. Nah, it ain't that, man. Like, I definitely get sharper. Like, you know what I'm saying, as far as in terms of not going so heavy, so fast.
I know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right, guys, man. I gotta wrap it up, man.
Slow to respond.
Yeah.
All right,
Everybody, peace
man.
up.
Be blessed, y'all.
Be blessed, everybody.
Much love.
Knowledge and relationships